Now, as the Monetary Policy Committee begins its first meeting for the year today, Nigerians expect the Apex Bank to announce policies that will address the shortage of the dollar. Let's see the feelings out there.
Wholesaler Chioma Oluwaseun is sorting through the inventory in her warehouse in order to hike prices, in line with the naira that has lost a third of its value on the unofficial parallel market since last month. Even though the naira is plunging on the streets, a result of the collapse of global prices for oil exports, which Nigeria depends on for state revenue, the official exchange rate is yet to budge. A few people think that the situation can last much longer. Business owners like Oluwaseun say the widening gap between the official rate and the parallel rate is making it hard to keep their enterprises running. They will be looking to the central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, to announce policies to address a shortage of dollars after the MPC meeting on Tuesday.
Good with the exchange rates. With the economic so far now, it's not really helping us because the exchange has really gone high, and with the goods we have now, people are not really responding.
She pointed to 2 letters from food suppliers which just landed on her table, announcing yet more price increases for imports. Commercial banks have been running out of hard currency, forcing importers to tap the parallel market, where a dollar costs about 305 naira compared to the official rate of 198 naira to the dollar. A box of imported cranberry juice cartons now costs 700 naira, more than a few weeks ago.
You cannot even see hard currency such as dollar, euro, or pounds. Or even if you even get it, you cannot transfer because you don't have inflow according to the Nigerian policy over transfer. It's a very big issue.
Meanwhile, the central bank's reluctance to let the official exchange rate fall is making investors reluctant to put money into the country because they assume the currency will be devalued soon. The fall of the naira has accelerated on the parallel market since President Muhammadu Buhari said in December that the central bank would show some flexibility with the naira to address investors' concerns, remarks investors took as a signal that a devaluation would happen soon. The naira dived further when the central bank stopped releasing $10,000 each week to bureau de change operators.
We don't want somersault policy. We want a policy that will continue so that an industrialist will be able to plan for 6 months, long time, or for 1 year. Not today you are in the market, the rate is 238 against USD, that is US dollar. Tomorrow you come to the same market, they are telling you it's about 300. This is not good for us as a nation. We need to maintain a standard.
President Muhammadu Buhari has since shrugged off the impact of falling oil prices as he hopes to boost state income by stopping leakages from corruption. But last week, reality finally kicked in as he was forced to amend last month's budget draft. The government now predicts a deficit of 3 trillion naira, up from the originally proposed 2.2 trillion, and that's according to the Finance Ministry. Signaling a possibly more flexible naira rate, the Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun says monetary and fiscal policies need to be harmonized to boost the economy.
Well, Nigeria, South Africa, Angola and Ghana are set to announce their first interest rate decisions of the year this week in an environment complicated by plummeting currencies, rising inflation risks and deteriorating growth, while a record low rand may force South African policymakers to take more aggressive action. Some analysts say Nigeria is set to stick to its currency restriction policy. Let's get the view of the organized private sector in this. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Muda Yusuf.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Now, what policy direction do you expect the central bank to take after its MPC meeting, which begins today?
Well, the biggest challenge that we face in the business community today has to do with the foreign policy. There is so much uncertainty, and this is affecting the confidence of investors. It's also driving speculative activities in the economy. This is not good for investment, and we expect that part of the deliberations of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting will center on how this uncertainty and the weakening investors' confidence can be reduced. We note that some steps have been taken by the CBN regarding, for instance, the deposit of dollar cash, action on the BDCs, and so on. But as we speak, there is no clear framework for the autonomous market. And that is the only market that we have to deal with now. So we expect CBN, after this meeting, to come up with a clear framework on how this market operates. And we also expect that the market should be deep enough to accommodate all the key transactions that will take place in this economy. This economy is a very large economy, and we cannot leave the economy in a shallow foreign exchange market. Therefore, our recommendation in the Chamber of Commerce: diaspora remittances, export proceeds, foreign exchange sales by foreign companies, and foreign exchange sales by donor agencies and NGOs. All of this be allowed to flow into the autonomous market, so that businesses can have opportunity to plan, so that liquidity can be brought back into the foreign exchange market. Because this liquidity for the economy to move on. And we also want to suggest that the foreign exchange market should not be over-regulated. Too much of regulation can scare away inflows. We need a lot of inflows into this economy on account of foreign exchange. We are no longer relying on oil revenue or oil generated foreign exchange. But we know that there are a lot of potentials for supply of Forex, which we need to unlock. And for as long as we over-regulate the system, this foreign exchange will not come in.
Now,
for instance, I give you an example. In 2015, diaspora inflows into this economy was $21 billion, according to World Bank sources. So if we don't liberalize the inflows, we continue to have challenges on the supply side. We also have the issue of the 41 items, which have been put under ban. Now that we don't have the CBN official, that these restrictions should be lifted.
Now, Mr. Yusuf, you talked about the actions on the BDCs. Now, there was a recent report that some of these BDCs have resorted to going to the neighboring countries like Ghana and Benin Republic to import dollar. What would be your reactions to that?
Well, all these things are manifestations or symptoms of a dysfunctional foreign exchange market. If you have a foreign exchange market that functions well, people don't have cause to be going to neighboring countries either to buy dollars or to remit funds or to do all sorts of things. What we need is to restore normality to the Nigerian foreign exchange market. Once we free the market of all the unnecessary controls and regulations, all those things will stop. All those things are symptoms of the defects that we have in our own foreign exchange market. That is my view about it. And for as long as we have this kind of distortions in the market, for so long will you have this kind of developments, people going to neighboring countries, people smuggling cash and all of that. All that will stop if we're able to normalize the foreign exchange market.
Now, a lot of people are calling for the Central Bank governor to take the decision, or rather the Monetary Policy Committee to take the decision of devaluing the Naira, particularly on the official market. Do you see them yielding to that call after tomorrow's meeting?
Well, I don't know whether that is still relevant, because we have been told that the official CBN window has been closed. So the market we have to work with is the autonomous market. And this market, the rate in this market will be determined by the force of supply and demand. So it may no longer be relevant to be talking about whether the CBN wants to devalue or it doesn't want to devalue. What we expect the CBN to tell us is the model through which it will intervene in the autonomous market from time to time. We also need that so that people can plan. So the issue of devaluation is no longer critical, since we have been told that the CBN official window has been closed. So all of us now have to relate to the autonomous market. And the rate in that market will be driven by the forces of the supply and demand. That is my view.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Muda Yusuf. That was Muda Yusuf, the Director General, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Well, we'll take a short break. When we return, we will continue with the program. Do stay with us.